Hey guys, this is James from Next Level Collectors. I hope everything is going great. What's going on? So today I have some really cool stuff I want to talk about, but first, let's get to what's going on, right? So unfortunately, we've had quite a bit of setback with the channel and everything that's been going on. It's been a very, very, very busy summer. The other two that I work with unfortunately have not had much time this summer between, life responsibilities and other stuff. So unfortunately, we've had to take a step back. But anyways, guys, we are back. At least I'm back for now. But anyways, I really hope I'm going to keep bringing some content to you, something new every week. Have a few segments I'm planning on doing going forward. But, with everything that's been going on, it's been a little rough. So, we're back, and today I want to talk about my favorite subject, and that's Carnage. Can't see because of the mic, but yes, Carnage. So, guys, Carnage is everywhere right now. And so the reason I wanted to talk about Carnage was because Carnage is huge right now. Obviously, so there's that comic series going on right now, Absolute Carnage. It's just like, most of the other series is like the Web of Venom series and all that stuff. So they kind of jump in between different comics, and they've just been in every comic, and it hasn't even felt like a cheap fill-in. I mean, every comic has had an appearance of Carnage, and Carnage is just blowing up in popularity. Carnage. Let me give you a little background about Carnage, right? So Carnage is a comic book character. He was created very long time ago. Spiderman is where he made his debut. He is a Spider-Man villain. He came from Venom, actually. So he was the 1000th symbiote that was spawned, which was spawned from Venom. Venom basically gave birth to Carnage. And from there, he ended up taking on the host of Cletus Cassidy. And according to some things that I had read previously in the other comic books, is that the 1000th symbiote was unstable, was not a stable symbiote. However, whether that's true or not anymore with the appearance of Null and all the other stuff, Null, the god of symbiotes, I don't know. Maybe that is the way that they've been intended to design. But anyways, continuing. So Carnage started off kind of really like not a great, very popular villain. He wasn't really there where he needed to be. But, so they really expanded on him with this series. So going forward, so what I actually want to talk about is not just Carnage, but the Green Goblin. So Green Goblin ends up getting a hands on the Carnage suit and becomes what is known as Red Goblin, they're calling him now. So this comic, super huge right now, guys. So I want to talk about this from an investment perspective, right? So from an investment perspective, this comic rose in value very quick. This is The Amazing Spider-Man 798, by the way. We're way past that now. But this comic book rose in value very quickly when it was released because, again, this character is really sweet. This character is really awesome. And so what ended up happening was they came out with a bunch of prints, reprints, second prints, third prints, variants, and stuff like that. So it became overprinted very quickly. However, from an investment perspective, right now, the market is kind of flooded with it. There are some that are going for quite a few. There's a few variants that are going for quite a few dollars right now. I've seen them go from $50 to $150, depending on what the condition and who's it signed by and all that other stuff. I would say this is one of the more popular variants. This is actually a variant edition. This is actually the first original print right here. This is the original print. I can understand why they decided to go to that route, was, to not show him on the cover. But it seems to be the ones with him on the cover, the best artistry and the best artwork always ends up going for the most. I mean, usually the variants are a little more expensive anyways, but So I actually I did buy 2 of the first print cover. I am intending on getting both of them graded at some point. But one to make sure that I was able to open it and read it, and the other so that I could get it graded without touching it. So, handle with precision, right? So, moving forward, so the reason I think this is a great investment potential as a comic book is because Marvel's announced that they are returning him in his own series. I believe it's called just Red Goblin. I'm not sure. I can double check that in a minute. The reason I believe this would be a really good investment potential is because they're coming out with a comic book in October, just labeled Marvel's Red Death. Did I get that wrong? Sorry. So Marvel's Red Goblin, not to be confused with Red Death. Anyways, so they're coming out with that comic, and I really feel like, depending on how this comic book series, if it's going to be a short series, a long series, this comic series is going to blow up like huge, I think, in my opinion. So, hang on to your comic books, hang on to those until that price rises up, if you're looking to make a couple extra dollars on every comic. But anyways, moving on, I just want to talk about some really cool things that I've read and looked at recently for Carnage. First off is the Immortal Hulk number 20, Carnage Eyes. This is a really cool cover. I follow the artist that did this cover, and it was really, really cool, man. I gotta say, he did a great job. A special mention is for those of you who have not gotten it, have not seen it yet, the Spider-Man comic books. This little guy here, the Spider-Man Far From Home Custom Edition, can be found at your local Dollar General stores. I'm sure most people have already grabbed and nabbed and left, but special mention that there are a few still on the shelf. I myself would love to grab a few extra, but I'm not going to be that guy. And if you are that guy, I'm going to hunt you down. No, I'm just kidding. But think of everybody else, dude. Come on. Another special comic mention I want to talk about real quick is the Silver Surfer Black series. Is going pretty strong. I believe they're on 4 already. Reason I want to say pick up number 2 is because Silver Surfer goes in spoiler here. Spoiler alert. So skip forward. So he goes full frickin' Venom in this. This is pretty sweet. Like that's a full large panel. I'm so excited. I want to draw it. Like it's so cool. But I'm waiting to get to that level. I gotta figure out how to draw all the other characters first. But the artistry in this comic series is pretty sweet. I would definitely give it a check out. Donny Cates, Fred Moore, and Dave Stewart. So Donny Cates, he's pretty cool. So anyways, so I want to delve back into the Carnage stuff. Definitely pick this up if you haven't. I've noticed that there are quite a few of these still on the shelf. This chick is cool. This is a cool comic book. As even if it's just a standalone and not having any idea what's going on elsewhere in the rest of the Web of Venom or the Absolute Carnage series, definitely check this out. This comic is sweet. It's a great standalone. It's also a great time. So I just want to show you Absolute Carnage. This was my favorite cover. I think this cover is going to get you the most bang for the buck. I unfortunately was having some financial issues, so I wasn't able to grab all the covers I wanted because there's quite a few out there. But definitely pick this up if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure I believe it's already trending at $10 to $15 if I'm not correct. Maybe even a little more. So, as you can see, they're already on number 2. Pick this bad boy up. This is another good cover. This is the original. I'm sure the variants are always worth more. This is how the cookie crumbles, right? So here's Miles Morales' his tie-in. This was also a pretty sweet read. Definitely flip through it. surprise, cool part at the end. So I'm not going to spoil that at all if you haven't read it already. I know it's going to be very hard to pick all these up, right? Like, I know where Marvel's getting at. They want your moolah, money, right? I believe that they wanted to buy Spider-Man just straight out from Sony Studios. It looks like it's not going to happen. So, guys, here's something I want to talk about: the next movie, right? So now that Marvel has no control over Spider-Man again, so here's some pros and some cons. So some pros. The pros would be, first, obviously, we can have Spider-Man in a Venom movie, the next Venom movie, no problems, no issues. So that's the major pro, right? Obviously. So we'll see where that goes. I'm not sure what else that entitles Sony to other than the Spider-Man character, but I don't know, we'll see, right? And so there's another pro for some of the fans out there in the world is, this means that they can't, Marvel can't reboot the Spider-Man series, right? Until they purchase it or whatever, they can't reboot it. They just don't have the rights. What they can do is just try to fit another character in where he belongs. Which, from the sounds of it, Nova is going to be the new Spider-Man. In the sense that he's still going to be Nova, obviously. And so there are some drawbacks. I mean, obviously, the obvious one is they can't include Spider-Man in any of the Avengers movies or whatever they're planning on coming out, the what ifs or whatever. And they can't technically include Venom movies or Carnage movies or the Dracula movie into the Marvel grand scheme of things until that's figured out. So there's some cons there, right? The biggest con I see here is that Sony doesn't always do an amazing job with their movies. Their quality is medium. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? I'm really hoping this Venom movie is going to be sweet. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about what's his face as Carnage. How's his name? I'm not entirely sure how I feel about who they cast as Carnage. I'm sure he'll do a great job, but I'm just not excited about it. So, it doesn't matter, right? Most of it's going to be CGI, I imagine, anyways. Mostly because Cletus never really comes out of the costume. Cletus is pretty much always in costume. So we're not going to see very much of him. We're going to see a lot of Carnage. In the sense of maybe both ways. Bloody and himself? We'll see. Another comic book, the last comic book I wanted to mention this week, guys, is Absolute Carnage Scream #1. Definitely a worthy pickup. I would never have imagined that Scream would be a major component. But, I mean, really, they're pulling on all the top with symbiote in this. So the last one I want to talk about, and I was not able to get my hands on this one, is the Venom First Host. Is definitely a comic book worth checking out as my last mention there. Because it is the first appearance of Sleeper. So there's some upcoming things happening with the Web of Venom, Venom series, or just I believe it's just the Venom series right now with Venom and his son. So Sleeper might play a huge role in that. So we'll see. I'm really excited because it's a new symbiote, and I love symbiotes. Symbiotes. I could eat, breathe, and sleep symbiotes. Read them. I don't know. Watch them. Become one. Anyways. So, obviously you can tell I have all these Funkos, right? I got the Spider Carnage from the original animated series Spider-Man. I have Toxin, which many of you do not know about. And if you don't know about it, you need to read Venom vs. Carnage #1 through 4. I believe it's a 4-part series, or just get the graphic novel. Worth it. totally worth it. The art and the overall story is great. Definitely check it out. And I obviously have Carnage here. I got Venom behind me, which you can't really see too well. But those are all super exciting. So, anyways, guys, that's what I had to talk about today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please slam that thumbs up button. Please, that would help us out a lot. And if there's anything you want to see going forward, please comment and let us know in the comments below who's your favorite symbiote. Who is your favorite person that's in the symbiote suit? Is it Peter Parker? Who did you like the most? Did you really enjoy the Absolute Carnage series so far? Let us know in the comments, okay? And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Till next time, guys. Peace.